Hi, Dr. Carter here. Welcome to Sideling Hill, Maryland. Here we have a giant fold in the rock. I'll be taking you through several angles of this, but exposed in a recent road cut. This road was dynamited out in the early 1990s, late 1980s, and the engineers and highway workers were surprised to discover this absolutely breathtaking exposed folds. This is one of the most dramatic exposures of a synclinal fold anywhere on the planet. As you can see here, we have a bunch of layers dipping to the west. They're basically horizontal, just down the road over there. And then you can see on the other side, they're dipping to the east towards us, forming this amazing structure. And you can see here that the top layer is kind of a lighter color than the bottom here. There we go, that's the top of it, this one here. That's probably a sandstone that resists erosion more efficiently than everything else around it. You can also see, and you can definitely see some of the stuff's quite friable. These shales, there's also some coal seams in here. Other stuff all tend to be subject to erosion. Well, I think I actually see something that looks like slipping lines on there, suggesting some of these layers. So, how do you fold a rock this hard? The way you fold a rock this hard is you bury it and heat it. Rock, when you have it several miles on the surface, will be quite hot and plastic and move in a ductile fashion. What you're looking at is nothing less than a small piece of the deformation that associated with the Alleghanian orogeny. When we had Proto-Africa and Proto-North America slam into each other in slow motion, crumpling one another's edges like pieces of an accordion. And this crumpling is accommodated by the rock getting thicker and of course shorter. And so above us stood a mountain range, the height of the Himalaya. Now, where did that all go? This was about 300 something million years ago during the assembly of Pangaea. Since that time, we've had the opening of the Atlantic, and this mountain range has broken down into all sorts of weathering products that have been carried by our rivers into the Atlantic Ocean, forming parts of the Atlantic continental shelf, which extends a huge distance out there. So you're looking at the remnants on the continental shelf of what was once an amazing mountain range. And it's all washed out there, all spread about. Now, you also notice if you look out either direction, lots of parallel ridges. We talked about this. Each one of these represents some layer of resistant rock that got pushed further up, and as it eroded, it was kind of the remnants of, it was what survived erosion the most effectively, while everything else around it got sort of crunched and munched and chewed away. Just ponder that for a moment, and I'm going to take us to our next stop and get a couple more pictures, and then, yeah, we'll call it a journey.